with the Mutalisk out, Flash microing his Marines, and Flash's Marine micro versus Mutalisk is just so strong. I wonder how another player would have responded, how well other Terran players would have been able to do. I think when you watch players who are at their absolute peak and who are absolute best at what they do, it does skew the whole question of matchups and ideal matchups and ideal build orders, because these aren't ideal these players are playing ideal StarCraft, and that just completely changes the complexion of the game and the complexion of the range of tactics that they can effectively employ compared to other players. And that's just talent. There's nothing else around it now. Calm desperately trying to find some sort of higher ground, trying to catch Flash's units on that ramp, try and take some of those Marines down. Flash once again follows down that ramp to try and follow those 3 Zerglings, and now Calm has got the 3 Zerglings hammering at those Marines while he's trying to do some damage with his Mutalisks. He has managed to take out that Medic and Marine group, and typically as a Terran player you don't want to lose a Medic and Marine group this early, but Flash seems to not get bothered by it. He's got that second group out, but it looks like Calm is going to be able to hold. Flash did go for that expansion at the top right. He guessed right that that's where Calm would be, having seen Calm do that in the previous 2 games. And he went for the jugular, he went for the kill, but Calm was able to hold him off on that occasion. Now he's got that Heartless Den now, so he should be able to get his lurkers in, so he could potentially be in for another longish game here. Flash, meanwhile, getting his defenses in place, getting those turrets down, and just macroing up. And I just wonder if the impetus really, or if the onus really is on the Zerg player to do something different, because Flash seems to be very comfortable with this strategy. He seems to feel that there's nothing the Zerg player can really do to break him when he goes for that 1 Rax into CC, and he seems to have such a lot of confidence in that build, and he also seems to have, I mean, I remember there was a time, a season or 2 ago, when Flash was constantly fast expanding and just getting destroyed because of it. Now, I don't remember 100% if it was, I think it was more 14 CCs that Flash was going for there, and he seems to have found a happy medium between his crazy expansionistic tendencies and also getting a decent number of units out there to defend himself. Now, once again, Calm's going to try and catch, and Calm pulling back there. I think if he'd gone in and actually taken that first volley before pulling back, he could have actually hurt quite a few of those Marines, although those Marines were very well spread out, so he might have ended up actually taking a lot more damage than he wanted to. In any case, he pulled back, but Flash now, once again, with a group of Medic and Marines, is happy to push out and put a little bit of pressure on Calm. Calm has kept his Mutalist force intact, but he hasn't made any losing on the Mutalist. He hasn't made any attempts to harass Flash's economy. That is how solid Flash's defense has been thus far, and pushing out with that first group of Medic and Marines really bought him the time to solidify that defense, and I guess he felt that it was a worthy sacrifice to push those Medic and Marines out to prevent Calm from doing any damage to his economy whatsoever. And that seems to have paid off for him in the previous game, and I guess he feels it will pay off for him this time around as well. And it'll be interesting to see if either of these players does anything different this time around, or whether to try and take the impetus in this game. Flash now looks like he's getting his 6th Rax down already, and Calm, he should have those lurkers out by now. He does indeed. He does have those lurkers down, and it's going to come to whether or not Calm can control the middle of the map now with these lurkers. He's got another lurker producing at his natural, at the 1 o'clock expo. Those Mutalisks continuing to roam around, trying to find an opening. But Flash has got that siege tank out. He's got that group of Medic and Marines out, and he might be ready to make sort of a push here. And I'd love to see Calm try and do something in the mid game, perhaps with lurker laying rather than just tech up. In the last game, we saw him go straight tech, and it'll be interesting to see if he tries and takes a little bit more control of the middle of the map earlier on in the game, as opposed to ceding control of that to Flash and playing for kind of a later game and waiting for those ultras to come in and I guess somewhat surrender the impetus. This time he's once again pushed those lurkers forward and put them up in the middle of the map, just outside of Flash's natural expo. Calm, meanwhile, managed to pick off a couple of Marines and a medic or 2 as well. Of Flash's forces. That's not really going to bother Flash too much, because he's really pumping those units out now, and he's ready to make his big push. He's ready to have that science vessel, and I don't think Calm is going to have the luxury of teching up this time around. I think Flash is ready to make his push, and Calm, with only the 4 lurkers so far, is going to have to really work hard to slow him down here. I don't think he has much of a static defense, and Calm is ready to make this push here, Flash isn't ready to make this push here, and Calm teching straight to Hive, and I think Flash, he saw Calm do this in the last game. He's not going to give him a chance to do this again, and he's going to put that pressure on Calm straight away. Calm only with 4 lurkers out in the field. He needs a lot more than that, and because he's committed so much of his gas to teching straight to Hive, he doesn't have a large army. He doesn't have any links to support those lurkers. He's got 6 lurkers, and he managed to get a good lurker spike there. Takes a bunch of Marines out, bringing in the Mutalisk as well. Great Irradiate, and Calm very slow with the separation, but unfortunately he had to be slow because his Mutalisks weren't in a great position, and unfortunately that also meant that he took a lot more hits to his lurkers. Now he's down to 2 lurkers, and Flash might be closing the matchup right here, folks. this might be it. He's once again just trying to buy himself some time to slow Flash down. It doesn't look like he tried to put any Sunkas down either, and Flash, oh my god, this is just going to be horrible. Flash is just going to roll over Calm here. The Defilers pop out, but those Defilers are far too late. He's not going to be able to get that Swarm up, and that's going to be GG. And it's going to be GG for this matchup as well. And yeah, Calm GG's Flash just rolls him over there. And Calm, in the end, left himself too predictable. And Flash just wasn't going to let him tech straight up the way he did last time. He didn't give him the breathing space. And remember, again, that map was a huge map with cross-map positions. It took a long time for Flash to get across that map. And I really think Calm should have tried to play a little bit more standard. I think he could have even tried a 3-hatch build in one of the games and given himself the best economic chance against Flash. But Flash has just played some brilliant StarCraft, and he is looking nigh on unbeatable versus Zerg, I really wonder who can stop him on this sort of form. He doesn't look like he's fatiguing, he doesn't look like he's weakening. I think if Calm had taken that last game, I think that might have set the cat amongst the pigeons a little bit, but he wasn't able to. Flash held his own in the end, and Flash is looking really dominant, guys. Wow, what a great series of StarCraft. I don't know when the next series I will commentate will be. If there will be one, I will try and see if I can make time for the OSL finals. Meanwhile, stay safe, guys, and have a very good New Year, and hope you guys have had some good holidays. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Klazart.